What's going on YouTube? It's me, your boy, back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you an awesome free outdoor activity here in Los Angeles that you can do to enjoy the beach, get some fresh air, and that's biking the Marvin Braude Trail. It's a really fun activity, and I'm also going to be showing you a pretty great restaurant that I fell in love with along the trail, so stay tuned for that. So for those who don't know, the Marvin Braude Trail is a public bicycle path that stretches 22 miles from Pacific Palisades all the way to Torrance Beach. And most of this bike path is class 1, which means that only bikes are allowed, no cars. So that means for the most part, you can concentrate on just enjoying the wonderful views and weather of the beach, not worrying about a distracted driver texting and running you over. However, there is a small portion of the trail in Marina Del Ray where it does share the road with cars, so be careful. But yeah, this is a great date/hangout idea. One, it's free since it's public with the exception of the parking you have to pay if you don't get street parking. Two, it's COVID safe, right? Since it's outdoors and you're generally pretty far from others when you're biking. And three, you finally get an excuse to go and enjoy the beach, right? I mean, how many of us have lived here in LA and barely go to the beach? Now, it should go without saying, but you need a bike for this. It's a bike trail, so get yourself a bike, get some sunscreen, get your helmet, get a couple of snacks and plenty of water, and head out to enjoy some of that great California coastline that you pay way too much in rent for. Now, my recommendation, I suggest you take it easy. If you don't bike often, don't overextend yourself. Tackle just a portion of the trail and grab some lunch after. I personally suggest that you start at the south end of the trail in Torrance Beach. The reason why I suggest this is that I don't know the parking situation in the Pacific Palisades part of the trail, while I do know that the Torrance start of the trail has a parking lot owned by the state, and that means cheap parking. It cost me $3 to park my car for the entire day, and there's plenty of it. It's a huge lot. I still suggest getting here early to get yourself a spot, but also so you could avoid that midday sun beaming down on you while you bike. Like, it wasn't even 25% full when I came on a Monday at 11 a.m. Now there really isn't much else to say but enjoy yourselves. This is an awesome way to see all the different South Bay and Los Angeles beaches. It's so beautiful, so serene, and this trail takes you to some pretty secluded beaches where there's barely any people. It's just a really nice way to get out there, enjoy some nature, and get some exercise in the process. Oh, it needs mentioning that there are plenty of public restrooms throughout the trail, and some actually have water refill stations like in Hermosa Beach, if I recall correctly. Also, some of these public restrooms that are near parking lots usually have bike locks. So if you want, you could lock up your bike and jump into the ocean or just lay a towel and soak up some sun. And if you get hungry or tired, there's usually a pier or a city every couple of miles that you can stop and get food at. And that brings me to the second part of this video, a restaurant review. But before I get into that, please consider liking this video, subscribing if you haven't done so already. It really helps out the channel and I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyways, the restaurant I'm reviewing today has a really generic name, but a really accurate one. It's called Quality Seafood and it's located in the lower levels of Redondo Beach Pier. I never knew this place existed until I just stumbled upon it while biking this trail, which I personally think is the best way you could find any restaurant. I was biking with my partner when we just both had to stop because we were smelling some seriously good seafood. And we basically made it to Manhattan Beach when we stopped and just said, yeah, let's go back and check that place out. And I'm so glad we did because this place is really freaking good. Like, the name of this place is all you need to know. They serve some seriously quality seafood. This place will sell you a whole fried fish. They'll give you poke, clams, lobster, calamari, and even shrimp burgers, which are pretty unique. And it's all super fresh. Like literally as I was walking up to this place, someone from the dock was bringing a whole cart of fresh uni. So yeah, you can also get really fresh uni and oysters here. My partner and I went with a half order of the fried clams, some calamari, clam chowder, and I went with the shrimp burger. All the food was super good. Fried clams were a bit overdone, but the flavor was there. Calamari was good, clam chowder was awesome. But what really surprised me the most actually was a shrimp burger. Like I'd never had anything like that before. It's almost like the patty is a crab cake, but with shrimp. And combined with your standard lettuce, tomato, bun, sauce, it works. And I really recommend it. Something I want to emphasize as well that I said earlier is the fresh oysters. We got some with our meal and they were all really great. What's cool about this place is they have a station where they have like 15 to 20 kinds of different oysters for you to choose from. And they shuck them right in front of you. You can't get fresher than that. Plus, the staff is really knowledgeable and can recommend different kinds of oysters depending on what you really like. For example, I told the person working there to just give me 4 of their sweetest oysters. They told me about each of the oysters I was looking at, kind of gave me the rundown for all of them, and it really didn't disappoint. But besides the amazing seafood, they take safety seriously. And it's really easy to socially distance from the people there since there are a ton of tables outside and really far from each other. Plus you could get these kind of like table covers. It's like not cardboard, but like a laminated brown paper plastic thing. I don't know, but you could place it on your table to stay clean. Seriously, y'all, I really recommend you check this place out. And it gets 2 hell yes from me. Once you're refueled with great seafood, take on the rest of the trail and its amazing views, or just stop and walk the pier. Either way, the choice is up to you. And you won't have to worry about rushing to your car if you parked at the Torrance parking lot like I suggested, since again, you paid $3 for the entire day, so you'll have time to spare. So yeah, that's the Marvin Braude Trail, and that's an awesome restaurant by the name of Quality Seafood. The trail is an awesome piece of public land that allows us here in Los Angeles to enjoy 22 miles of our coastline, and it's free to enjoy. The most you have to do is pay for parking, and like I showed you, that can be really cheap. This trail is a great date or hangout idea here in LA, or just a fun activity if you're bored and want to change the scenery. Either way, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. My name's David, and I'll see you in the next one.